got back from buying my very first pumpkin spice drink of this season, and I was driving in to my driveway. Before I hit the driveway, I spotted Kitty in my little garden, and I went out to bring some treats because last time Kitty was here, I didn't have treats with me for the little kitty, and Kitty was gone, sadly, by the time I came back with the treats. So I put 2 bowls of treats out, and this week we're trying something different. By the way, this is Garden Tour Saturday. I don't think I mentioned it. I'm so excited about little Kitty. We have Temptations treats, and instead of 2 food bowls, this week I'm putting out 5 food bowls of treats for the little kitties and the crows. I have no peanuts this week. The crows have eaten my peanut bag empty, and I haven't got another one yet. So we are putting more treats out than usual for the little kitties, and guess who's here? It's not Kitty, but the crows have already found the kitty treats. I'm quite certain that's what's going on right now. Well, that's fun too. I hope the little kitty comes back, but if not, somebody else is enjoying the kitty treats. So that's fun. Now, crow number 1 is watching the live stream from the wire. No surprise there. So I'll show you first where I've put the first bowls of kitty treats, the ones you've seen many times, right here. And I'm going to show you where the second and third, or fourth bowl, I can't remember how many I put out, are going to be. So this is the third kitty treat bowl. We're going to put some tuna flavored kitty treats in here. So I can put the foam down, maybe not. I'm doing this one-handed. So later in the live stream, we're going to come back and see if any critters have actually taken any kitty treats. I sure hope that little kitty that I saw earlier comes back. I just didn't quite have the timing right. So there's bowl number 3. We're going to put some food in bowl number 4. For these little kitties. Good morning, Howie. I just came back from buying my very first pumpkin spice drink this season, and I spotted little Kitty in my garden, so I thought I had to get the treats ready. But unfortunately, Kitty has left before I could start making videos or say hello. So I'm putting the kitty treats out, and so far I saw the crow friends have already found them. So I'm putting 5 bowls of kitty treats out this morning instead of just 2. I'm feeling extra generous because of pumpkin spice season. I love pumpkin spice season. Here is my first pumpkin spice drink of the season. And we're putting 1 more food bowl out right beside the vegetable garden. See how enticing we can get for the little kitty or the crows. Putting them in different locations just to see how brave they're going to be. Can open, hold on, let's do this. Turn the camera around. Oh, okay, different angle here. Oh no, shoot. There we go. I have a hard time with one-handed things. So, just putting the camera down. And then we're going to do some harvesting. I have lots of stuff to harvest. But first, we're feeding the critters. Good day to all the newcomers. So, we've put food out for all the animals. There's no peanuts this week. I already emptied the peanut bag. I haven't got another one yet. I'm going to have a little drink. And I'm leaving my garden gate open right here on purpose, just in case any crows or kitties decide to walk through, or maybe some other creature is going to walk through the garden gate. You never know. So we're going to start with a morning harvest. I've got my pumpkin spice, which is lighting me up this morning. I love everything pumpkin, and I am all about pumpkin spice season. And speaking of pumpkins, we are going to pick the very first pumpkin on my brand new property today. Just need to find some clippers. I don't really like these ones because, let me tell you, something happened. This started melting in the heat. Never had that happen before on any pair of, not pliers, but whatever these are, clippers. This actually started melting. So whenever I put my hand here, it's all gooey. But we're just gonna ignore that little fact. And we're picking my very first pumpkin. Hello, Charlie. This is a stubborn pumpkin I'm picking. Ah, we got it. A little goo on my hand. We're gonna turn around and I have to give you a little, whoa. Shoot! Oh no. There we go. A little selfie with the pumpkin. I am so excited. I want to give it a kiss. My very first pumpkin on my brand new property. This was the one. I've been watching this pumpkin grow for so long. In the beginning, I thought it might be a watermelon because really it is full watermelon shape. There is nothing about this that doesn't give me watermelon other than the orange color. I truly thought this was a watermelon, and when it was growing, it had all these green speckles and stripes, but it is clearly no watermelon. This is a pumpkin, and I'm so excited. 3 a.m. in Australia. What are you doing watching live streams at 3 a.m.? Well, thank you, but you should be in the sleepy land. Anyways, I am so delighted. I'm probably going to share this with my mom. If I'm being completely honest, we both love pumpkin. And it's the first pumpkin of the season. She isn't growing any pumpkins. I grow pumpkins. This is a big pumpkin for just me. So this will be shared. We're probably going to make some pumpkin pies, muffins. I'm not sure what else, but pumpkin cinnamon rolls. There's all kinds of possibilities when you have a fresh pumpkin. You can roast pumpkin and eat it like as a savory food. I usually go for the sweets, but there's nothing wrong with the savory stuff too. Never, by the way. I'm 11. You're 11? Wow. Well, thanks for being interested in gardening. That's so fun. Not many people your age are interested in growing things and gardening. Good for you. So, I'm going to show you the rest of my pumpkin patches. Since we're on the topic of pumpkins, I'm only picking, no, that's not true. I was going to say only this pumpkin today. I am picking one more pumpkin. And we're going to show you, I'm going to tell you why I'm picking the next pumpkin, and I'm going to show you it's very different than this pumpkin. So let's go harvest one more pumpkin. I am so excited. This is the best day ever. Turn around. Let's look at the garden first. Not going to do too much. We're going to go get the pumpkin first. I've got my gooey clippers here. And good day, Herman. Welcome. Here's another pumpkin. That's not what we're harvesting. We are harvesting a Japanese white boar pumpkin. I have two of these guys growing. And not this one. This is my big one. We are harvesting the little one. And I'll tell you why. If I remember, was it this one? There was one pumpkin I was looking at early this morning. Or was it this one? And it looked like a little bug or something was trying to get it. So I was going to pick. But now I don't see the problem anymore. So I'm wondering if I should pick it still. I swear there was something trying to get this, but I don't even see any holes or anything now that I'm looking. Huh, makes me wonder if I was half asleep when I was looking at this pumpkin. But should I pick? Oh yes, I see it. See this little, can you see that on the camera? If I zoom in, there's a little bit of, I'm going to call it an imperfection right here. I don't know if the camera's focusing. Focus, come on. It looks to me, it's hard to say if this was a bug, was this a bird, was this something else, was this a natural growth pattern? To me, it's a little deformity, and I am a little bit worried that this is going to cause some kind of rot to start happening in this pumpkin. So I'm on the fence, but I think I am going to pick this today, actually. I wasn't going to, but we're going to say this pumpkin is done growing. It's had a very, very good growth season, and we're going to try to pick it. I don't know if my clippers are going to work. It's a pretty big stem here. Oh boy, let's put the camera, gonna have to turn you somewhere. Let's see if we can use the pumpkin plant is your tripod right now. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. Oh no. Shoot. That always happens. I pressed the wrong buttons. Okay, we're gonna put the camera down. And holy smokes, this is so heavy. I did not think this pumpkin was that big. My very first white Japanese boar pumpkin of the season. This thing is very heavy. I'm gonna say it might be 20 to 25 pounds. It doesn't look that big, but trust me, it's bigger in real life than it looks. I am so impressed with this pumpkin. I grew these at my last house. Didn't realize I had planted them here. I thought these were patty pan squashes, but no, they're actually these Japanese white boar pumpkins. And the ones I grew at my last place weren't even half the size of these. This is amazing. And I give full credit to the sheep manure. The sheep manure is so crazy. So yeah, if you want to grow big, giant produce, whether they're tomatoes, pumpkins, squashes, I highly recommend sheep manure. If you can get your hands on it, it is far superior to any other manure I've ever used, and I have used many manures in my lifetime. So we're gonna go put this pumpkin with the other pumpkin we just picked. Now this is gonna be a good workout for me, carrying this over to the other pumpkin. Between the two pumpkins, I probably have 30 to 40 pounds of pumpkin I just harvested, which is wild. So let's just turn the camera around for a second as I try to stand up with this pumpkin in my hands. Oh boy, oh my gosh, okay. Okay, there we go. My two first pumpkins of my brand new garden. I am so delighted. Yes, manure is the best substance for gardening. So amazing. And let's go check out the rest of the pumpkins. Pumpkin number 1, number 2, there's a spaghetti squash. Then we still have this little baby pumpkin, that's number 3. Oh my God, shit. Oh my God, I shouldn't swear. This was the one that I meant to harvest because it's got this big blemish in it. So we're picking 3 pumpkins. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, we're gonna have a pumpkin marathon happening pretty soon with the preparations. So this is pumpkin harvest, 3rd pumpkin harvested of 2025. I'm gonna have to take some pictures of all these beautiful pumpkins later. It's so cute. It's like, this could be a little pumpkin family right here. I just love it. Now we're going down to the pumpkin patch. I think there were 3 left at the other pumpkin area. This is 1 pumpkin plant, believe it or not. And this is horse manure, not sheep manure, that this 1 plant is growing in. And it's an entire flower bed going into my rock garden of pumpkins. So this is pumpkin number 4. We're not going to pick it yet. Pumpkin number 5. Pumpkin number 6. There's more in here. Pumpkin number 7. Pumpkin number 8. Pumpkin number 9. Pumpkin number 10. Pumpkin number 11. If this actually turns into something, it'll be pumpkin number 12. Oh, let's just check out that little bee for a minute, enjoying the flowers. Pumpkin number 13. Oh, there's more. That little one just rotted, unfortunately. That's not an option anymore. There have been a few that haven't made it. My last pumpkin count was like 21, but I know that actually a couple were squashed and then a few of them rotted. So it looks like I have about, I'm going to say 12 or 13 more. There could be more that I'm actually unaware of in here. My gate just closed, but I have to imagine that was the wind. Beautiful flower growing in the middle of all this. And there's another one I was going to show you if I can remember where it is. There's a beautiful white flower. Oh, it's wilted. Never mind. Yeah, I'd say 13 or 14 more since we harvested 3. So about 16 pumpkins so far on this property, which is so amazing. I've been gardening for, I'm going to say 11 years, and I have tried to grow pumpkins many times. Most of the time I can barely get them to grow, or maybe I get 1 or 2 in one season. I cannot believe that I will probably have anywhere from 11 to 15 or 16 pumpkins on this property. It is blowing my mind. And I would say it's all thanks to the manure, the sheep and the horse manure. Wildly effective for growing pumpkins. Good ghosts, close your gate. Don't get me started on the topic of ghosts. That's a whole other domain that is not fit for this YouTube channel. Well, that is, yeah, I'm not even going to get going on that because that's just going to go somewhere we don't want to go. But let's go back and check out the rock garden. And I doubt that any other critters other than the crows have actually found my kitty treats, but you never know. We're going to see. There was that kitty here this morning that I just missed. A little bit of pumpkin spice to get me to the garden. Okay. Tell me in the comments, have you had any pumpkin spice yet this season? There's the first bowl. I don't think that was a kitty. I think that was me being messy. Let's check the rest of the bowls. There is my rock garden. Number 2. I don't think anyone touched that one yet. The crows seem to have disappeared. There were 1 or 2 crows here earlier in the live stream. They seem pretty untouched. I think maybe they had a couple samples and then they left. Let's check out the flowers though. First of all, look at this. This was not planned. I have a sunflower in the rock garden. Now you see the sunflowers in the corner. Those have been ongoing for quite some time. This guy popped out fairly quickly and it's just a little pop of delight in my rock garden and I am not mad about it. And it's going to have so many different flowers on it. There's so many different stems coming off of this one sunflower plant. It's just a little pop of sunshine in the garden. I love it. Good morning, Country Kirby. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Just checking out some of the flowers in the rock garden this morning. And we're going to go to my absolute favorite part of the whole garden right now is right here. I have a collection of asters mixed with zinnias, mostly asters. And I just love the color combination so much, especially with the bachelor's button right beside it. It's such a wild combination and so gorgeous. We've got the different shades of blue mixed with white. And then you come this way and then there's different shades of purple. We've got the vibrant purple, the pastel purple, fuchsia, white. And then these random daisies appeared out of nowhere, which I totally love. And then we've got the zinnias mixed in there too. It is just such a beautiful collection of colors and textures right here. Definitely my favorite part of the garden right now. It is such an evolution, the flower garden. From week to week even, the changes are quite wild. Right beside it, there's a little bit of petunia action. And here, some unknown wildflower, which I adore, has been blooming for a very long time, and another unknown wildflower, and another one. These are all 3 different varieties of something that I'm not familiar with. And there are tomatoes in this rock garden. This is blowing my mind. So I did put them in intentionally, some seeds, not really thinking they would grow and not expecting to get tomatoes. I wanted more foliage in this garden because it was kind of looking empty at the time. And I thought if I get some plants, at least it'll look full, the garden. Never in a million years did I expect to get the tomatoes. I also planted them really late in the season, but check this out. This is wild. And I also think I used to think this soil was very infertile, but I am mistaken because look at this. I believe this is the cherry tomato. Nothing is ripe yet, but it is absolutely loaded with tomatoes. This is so wild. I really need to come in here and do a lot of pruning and cleaning up, but this plant itself is gorgeous. Even if there's no tomatoes that ripen, I think they will ripen. It's still very hot out most of the time. And there's a lot of cherry tomatoes on here, which is so wild. And it's still full of flowers. There's a lot of tomato flowers on here still. So that was an unexpected surprise. And I'm going to show you this is pineapple sage. I've showed it a few times. It is so delicious. You can infuse it in water drinks. And I'm waiting for it to bloom. I think it's about to start blooming. This bloomed really late in the summer on Vancouver Island. It gets reddish orange flowers that are kind of tubular in shape. And hummingbirds will go bananas for them. I am just waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing to start blooming, but it hasn't started yet. So we gotta be patient, it will come. And this is a little rock rose. I don't talk about these very much, but they actually have really beautiful flowers. It's a shrub actually, super drought tolerant. And I have quite a few of them in this little rock garden. There's some more tomatoes. I really need to stake some of these. Nepeta, another rock rose shrub, different variety. And let's take a look at another zinnia. It's been blooming for quite some time. This is an orange zinnia. Started out cherry red and now it looks orange, which is kind of fun. Over here we've got a lovely patch of nasturtiums, loving their life. Some echinacea flowers in a wildflower mix. They just popped up. More echinacea blooming. And we're gonna travel to the other side of the garden. You've got to check this out. These are petunias, and I have struggled all of my years of gardening to grow these. I actually grew them from seed, which is so wild. In the beginning, they were struggling. They weren't doing super well, and in the they fully took off, and they are like lush now. This is really, I am so proud of these little flowers. They are just blooming their heads off. They love the weather. It's a little bit cooler than it's been all summer now. I'd say it's about, on average, 20 to 28 degrees during the day. And they are loving their life out here. It is so beautiful to see this in my little rocky heart. And I did a little gardening work in the last few days. Some of my plants in these circles had passed away. So I did some garden transplanting and I moved some things around. So this one had a dead plant. This plant is barely clinging to life, but I think it's gonna make a comeback. It was way at the far end of my rock garden, so I moved it over. I've given it a lot of tender loving care. And I think if it survives, it's going to be a beautiful pop of burgundy foliage in this very white landscape, and I think it's just gonna pop and look gorgeous. And I transplanted a rock rose from over here into here. I just thought the texture would be kind of neat in this area. And I have a mirrored copy of it over here. So when these get bigger, these two plants are going to mirror each other. I don't know if you can see the distant one. There we go. I have a lot of that going on in this garden where the shrubs mirror each other. and the trees as well. Well, you can't really see it now, but when the garden gets more mature, this tree has a mirror copy over there that you can barely see. So when this garden is mature, it's going to be kind of a neat effect to see the mirrored images from side to side. So that was kind of the theme when I created this garden. So I think we should go pick some tomatoes. I have been picking so many tomatoes. It is kind of ridiculous. And I had this idea that maybe I would teach myself how to do canning, but unfortunately, the bottom line is I work too much in real life to have the time to actually learn how to do that. I wish I didn't, but my normal work schedule is I work 5 to 6 days on with 2 days off. And I know for most people that's normal, but it's just too much life to do that and try to learn something new. So I won't be able to do that, but it was something I was hoping to do. So this is the vegetable garden. And we are going to pick some tomatoes. There are a lot to be picked. I can't even tell you how many pounds I picked. Probably, no exaggeration, I'm going to guess I probably picked at least 150 pounds of tomatoes. It is wild. And I do give a lot to my parents. Actually, I give them to other people too, but they are tomato crazy, so I give a lot of them away. And a lot, unfortunately, also ended up in the compost bin because I didn't pick them fast enough. So we're just picking cherry tomatoes right now. There's quite a few on this little bush. Now this is growing in my non-sheep manure bed, and you can, 2 beds actually. You can see a stark difference in the growth patterns. They're just not nearly as lush as the sheep manure area. So I will be going back to the sheep farm in the fall, which is pretty soon. I'm going to say probably late September, early October. I'll probably go get another bunch of manure. I'm going to really basically, I'm going to ask for as much manure as that lady can give me. If she can give me 6 bags, I'll take 6 bags. If she can give me 10 bags, I'll take 10 bags. I have enough places in this garden that I can fill it with manure and only imagine what the results will be. And the thing is, this older person who owns the sheep farm is so generous, and I wish she charged more for her own sake because the manure is outstanding. I don't know if she even realizes how much of a commodity it is, but she really doesn't charge very much. So I'm grateful for it, but I wish for her sake she charged a little more because it is amazing stuff. And I have a feeling most people are unaware of how potent sheep manure is. Like, I have been gardening for so many years, and until I moved here, bought this place, and discovered the sheep farm, I didn't know how potent this stuff was. Because you can't usually buy it commercially. You can't buy it at garden centers. You can't buy it at box stores. You really have to go to a farm kind of environment to find it. Find it on like a Facebook ad or find it in your neighborhood, but I think it's not that readily available, which is kind of unfortunate, but the powers of growing with it are amazing. Some other tomatoes in here. Leave her a tip. Yes, well, sorry guys, I pressed the wrong button again. Story of my life on YouTube. I should leave her a tip. That's a great idea. I did return all of the bags. So what she does is she uses recycled gardening bags. So like soil bags, mulch bags, any kinds of stuff like that. She reuses them. So I returned all the bags I bought the manure in, and I think I gave her a couple extra because I had purchased a whole bunch of bark mulch from, I think it was from Home Depot, as well as from a, not farm, but a landscaping place, 2 different batches. So I believe I gave her some of my bark mulch bags as well as the manure bags back to her. But I can certainly give her another tip as well, like something monetary. I think that would be certainly appropriate for the quality of stuff that she delivers. Yeah, so I'm going to show you my bowl. This is what we picked so far. And let's just keep picking. There's more to pick. I feel like I literally cannot pick these tomatoes fast enough, which is kind of unfortunate. But the good news is I have not been attacked by the wasps lately. Even that day I got stung, for a few days they kept coming after me. They didn't get me, but it seems like they disappeared now, so that's really nice. I'm not afraid of them anymore like I was for a little while. So, let's dive a little deeper into this patch of tomato and get this guy out of here. I am picking some of them a little bit underripe because they ripen so fast and I can't really keep up. So I'd rather pick them than compost them. There's a couple strawberries. I'm going to enjoy those a little later. Going back over here, gotta look at these beautiful pumpkins again, and we're gonna dive into this jungle and get a few more tomatoes out of here. My goodness, it literally is. Every time I come here, it's getting more and more, I don't want to call it scary. It's not scary, but what the heck? Oh, never mind. I saw the top of the umbrella and I thought it was some kind of camera paraphernalia. I was like, what did I leave outside? Like, that is weird. I haven't used any camera devices lately. It's not, though. That's part of my umbrella. So there are some tomatoes in here we're going to go after. In case you're wondering, this is an umbrella and it got damaged in a windstorm, so I can't use it anymore, but it's propping up tomato plants. It's kind of a beautiful tomato. It's a really nice shape. I love the shape of this tomato. Now, a lot of stuff there are more ripe tomatoes in here. I just kind of have to get right into the jungle. Just gonna venture through and into here. That's a beautiful tomato. Wow, perfect ripeness. Gonna have to be careful not to let it go too far because it's so ripe that it could be overripe soon. But it's lovely. Another gorgeous. These ones are like teardrops. I just love that Christmas ornament shape. Going to the Saanich Fair. See you again, Earthlings. Love seeing the harvest. Thank you, Howie. Enjoy. I hope to see some little video clips later on. That's a beautiful tomato. Oh boy, see, I'm gonna give you an example here. This is what happens when I don't get out here fast enough. So we're gonna have to put that in the compost. As I venture through my sunflower patch. Shoot, oh boy, I just broke some flowers. Oh well. There we go. A little jungle-like in here. Oh boy, more in the middle of the jungle. You can barely see some of these, but they're in there and they're ripening very quickly, so they need to be harvested. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it here for the day. Thank you so much for joining me on my little animal feeding, harvesting, garden tour. I hope you have a lovely Saturday and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.